And we are live Wednesday night with those guys.
That's what's up. That's what's up. What's going on, man?
Same old, same old. Just another week out there. I don't know if anybody else got to fly or anything.
Well, we don't know, but I'm actually transitioning, getting ready to transition to the computer. I have to uncover my camera and all of that stuff. See, this is the only thing I don't like about being on my phone on Hangouts. It just says live, and that's all. I would have to go to your window, and I'd have to open up YouTube somehow. But what's going on, man?
We got Night Train in the house.
Night Train. I got some FPV information for you FPV heads coming up a little later on.
All right.
All right,
everyone got to get out there and fly today. How are you doing, Mr. Murray? Paul Murray, everyone.
Hey, how are you doing?
How are you?
I'm doing good. Finally, the weather's halfway decent.
Okay. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
So you didn't get any good weather, Paul?
Yeah. Good weather turned good. Yeah.
Okay. So you got a couple of ships for us.
Yep.
All right. Yep. I have been so busy. I was working on a little video here. Nothing too big. Something's a little smaller than what usual, but it's a little something. It'll be around tomorrow.
Okay. But what's the plan for tonight? What's on your itinerary for the stream?
Well, we got a couple of things here. I just wanted to know how everybody was doing, and just like I said, everybody's experience out there flying this week. And we have I sent you a link for these what do you call it? For these topics. I don't know if you had the video or nothing, but
I had a chance real quick to actually check out a couple of them while I was working, but I couldn't watch them in detail the way I wanted to.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to join in, so I may have to mute this button here.
Well,
so you guys, go ahead. You guys talk.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk a little bit about the Drone Expo when you come back, and that tag.
I actually wanted to wait a little while.
No problem. We can start with
only because we want more people in here. Let me hang up this phone.
Okay.
What I'm trying to figure out is
okay, there we go. Now that'd be nice if I cut my speakers on so I could hear you, right?
Well, we could. I saw one of the things in the news today was that breakdancing is going to be making a big return, and I thought
Paul. If they make breakdance, if they put breakdancing in the Olympics, I'm going to lobby for drone flying in the Olympics. Because breakdancing is a culture in itself and everything, but to be honest, it should not be in the Olympics. They do have dancing in the Olympics. I do know that, but honestly, Paul, can you imagine yourself spinning on your head for a gold trophy?
No, but I'll tell you what, it sure does. When I heard that, my thoughts instantly went to those guys, because it's like, see, that just proves that you guys have been all ahead of the game, ahead of the curve.
Well, I'll tell you this. If they ever had something as crazy as breakdancing in the Olympics.
Night Train I thought he was in the lobby. He must not be. I don't see.
I saw the first comment was Night Train at first.
Okay, well, for some reason, can you guys talk while I get a level here?
Okay. All right.
I'm good, but like I was saying, and Lawrence said something about drones in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Well, if they did, more than likely it would be drone flying.
Yeah.
Right, of course.
Yeah, that's
Kind
probably
of
what
be
you would see.
like would be
That
like a stick
racing?
version, like downhill skiing and that kind of thing, where you got to go through a course. And,
Yeah, and all that racing and stuff like
yeah, yeah.
yeah, the shoots.
I could see that, or maybe it's going to be flying while you're breakdancing.
Now, see, that might be a little interesting.
Yeah, with the goggles on and spinning and everything else.
Or you know how they make the helicopters dance?
Yep.
I could see that being in the Olympics. All right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but all of those things would be done with like racing drones and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Not
Yeah.
with any of the
Now that's what they should put in the damn Olympics. Honestly,
Yep.
if they would have put that in the Olympics, that would be fun.
Well,
I'm still here. I'm just
no, I got you. They have you know, at one time they didn't have these games like the X Games. They didn't. That wasn't part of the Olympics.
Right.
And it is now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and the way drones are kind of like just evolving worldwide, I can see where that could be in the Olympics. You know, as far as flying.
Sure. The race.
well, they already have the drone racing league, which they have on TV, and
Right.
they go through they're in different countries. And last summer they were in Europe. And they started here in the United States, and they actually came to New York and converted an old warehouse and did trials there. They were going from state to state to do trials, and now that they have considered world-class professionals in the drone racing league, it's becoming a much watched sport,
Right.
and they televise it too as well. Hey, Mr. Crowley, how are you, sir?
Mr.
Yes,
Crowley, how are you
DRL,
doing?
right? Drone Racing League.
Okay. So when you gonna get down?
What happened?
When you gonna get down with the league?
Drone Racing League. You see the simulator I'm on?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the simulator, I probably would have spent at least $2,000 crashing drones. But on this, I don't have to worry about it. I just hit the R button, which is reset, and go again.
So you can head to a tree and then go up and then do the flip, 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 and then come out of it and flip, 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 and then go towards another tree and flip, 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 flip on that.
Yeah.
Without tearing up your pockets.
Right. But see, you don't have to worry about stuff like that when you're on a simulator. I'm good, Mr. Crowley. How are you, man? It's good to see you here. Early bird catches the worm. We have a few Herman has a few topics to talk about. We also want to talk about the drone expo in Atlantic City, but we want to let more people get in here. And because we do realize it's hot out and it's really hard for people to stay inside when weather's like this. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
let me get this off of here and come back.
Well, maybe Mr.
Looked like
Crowley.
he was starting to get nauseous.
Mr. Crowley, did you have trouble getting in? Because I thought maybe it was just me, but maybe because when I clicked on the link for those guys for Wednesday night that had you with Phantom Flight 101, it came up and said error in black screen. So I had to go back, look it up again, and then came in.
Okay. Now
That's strange. I'm gonna send out invites to Val and whomever else would like to come in at some time.
Val already. Paul, Val was live last night.
Oh yeah, what a wild woman she.
See, I always miss the stuff. Wait a minute.
It was on at 11:00 p.m.
Oh, see, then I definitely missed that because I had a crazy toothache.
And she was going on and on. You know, she's got this new job. She goes around and does counseling around the state of Idaho and in the work on it. Well, she got this rental car, and she called me up the day before. This rental car was going ding ding ding, ding 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 all the time, ding ding ding, and it was a a new Camry, I think, and ding, ding, ding. It had all the bells and whistles on it. She got an Enterprise.
All right, who else was I supposed to send a link to? Let me see if Kurt is
I
there.
sent one to Kurt, and I sent one to you. I sent one to Val. I sent one to Roger. But Paul, you know that show the other night with Val. Well, my girl got a wind of that, and let's just say
I sent to Justin.
I got read the riot act.
You did
about why you guys did that to that poor woman.
Well, they band together, you know that.
Like I didn't do anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You were just in the woods there. You weren't. You were the lone person just sitting there with his head down, trying to avoid all that stuff flying around. I know.
So what did you catch today, Paul?
I caught 2 ships. I got the Herbert C. Jackson was upbound this morning, and then the Pearl Mist just after noon. The Pearl Mist is out of the Caribbean. It's a cruise ship. It's a smaller cruise ship that can come into the Great Lakes. It comes in every summer, and they do cruises for the people that have a lot of money because they have cruises around the lakes, and it's like $10,000 or $12,000 a head for a 5-day cruise.
Where are they going to?
They go they load down in Cleveland, and then they come up here and they go to Georgian Bay, which is just up in Lake Huron, and then they go over to Mackinac Island, and then they go down to Chicago, and they unload those people. Then they take on a new bunch, and they make the reverse back around. They do that like 2 or 3 trips in the summertime.
Okay.
And the ship holds, I want to say 200 or 300 passengers, and there's like 125 crew members. So you're pretty well pampered. Anything you want.
Right. Yeah.
I saw Mr. Crowley. I saw Night Train signed in. He said first, but I don't know if he stepped away and he's listening or what. But what's up, Night Train? In case you didn't hear me holler at you. Now, Paul.
Kev FPV.
So now that you're lobbying for breakdancing in the Olympics, what's your routine? Who's going to be on your team? Val and Roger.
I was thinking that I would coach you and Herman to be the instructors anyway.
Hey, what's up, Kev FPV, and welcome to Wednesday nights.
The one thing that I do know about sports is that the ones that I'm still able to play, I would have had to get started a long time ago. And the ones that I can't play, I ain't gonna play.
Well, Herman, you came to mind right away, and I'm sure Lawrence feels the same way. You're the one touting the big ring. I mean, I don't have one of those.
Right?
Well, yeah, you're the ultimate
football, but I can coach it.
You're the ultimate competitor.
I don't play football, but I can coach it.
Yeah, you have a valid point there.
I can't do that anymore.
I wanted to mention something, and Paul, maybe you could help advertise, because we are going to get a guest on Sunday night. Wow, that's a wrong article. On Sunday night with those guys, and Kurt's going to be there. But do you remember who Bob is from the creators and people? Hey, Night Train, of that new controller. And the reason I'm asking is because whoever Bob is,
Night Train,
Sunday nights with those guys.
Ah, cool.
And I wanna put in the description. I don't want to put he's the creator of that controller and he's only a tech, Yeah. So I'm gonna hit up Kurt later, or maybe Kurt will pop in here.
Yeah, maybe Curtis will pop in. I don't know.
Herman, let me do some quick FPV news.
Okay.
And this actually goes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to ask you if you had that link nearby to show that video on that Tech airdrop.
Okay, I would
on
have
the
to say
controller.
Well, if you no, I saw this little drone. I mean, you've probably seen it already.
well, go ahead and talk about that, and while I try to set it up, I'm going to the link right now. The
Well, there's
Tactic Air, you're talking about the one that dodges balls?
no. The other one, Tactic
Tactic,
Air.
Tactic Air. I got it. Let me just load the link up and save
Yeah,
it. And
it's a nice little portable, compact drone. It fits in a little bag. It's got 4K resolution at 30 frames per second. Paul, and it has gesture mode, and it works with simple hand gestures, and it has a remote control as well. It works with your phone. It has a little space where your phone slides into it. It's a nice little drone. Has
yeah, but
20-minute
actually I can share it. I have it loaded up if you want.
20-minute flying time.
Keep talking.
And it's pretty good. The price for it is reasonable for like a starter drone for somebody that's just getting out there and just never ever had a drone before.
You guys
This would be perfect for them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is the new drone. $100 for a GPS drone that shoots in 4K.
Right. If you take advantage of it now, you can get it for 50% off.
Yes. And those guys is in no way, shape, or form getting paid for this or any endorsements or anything. It's just that we think, and Herman thinks that this is very popular. This is a very good drone.
Yeah.
For you guys that want to get into it, but not really into it. At $100, you can't beat that.
Right. We always talk about, sorry about that. We always talk about drones and what's a good starter drone for somebody. And everybody goes to the Tello. But like I said, the Tello is a nice little drone for flying indoors when it's raining outside.
Yeah.
But this is not a drone for outside. That, for about the same price as the Tello. Now, I don't know Wi-Fi or whatever it's flying, but for $99, 4K, 30 frames per second, I think that's pretty good.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I think that's
pretty
good.
As you can see right here, foldable remote, and the fact that it shoots in 4K is a plus. Now, if it's 4K at 24 or even 4K at 30, it's still 4K.
Yeah.
You understand? So even 4K at 24 still give you that cinematic look. It's not going to give you the look that you can get out of other larger drones, but for $100, like he says, there's gesture mode.
You see what I'm saying? It's not a Mavic Pro. It's not a Mavic 2. It's not a Mavic Pro, but it is a 4K camera. It's $99.
Wi-Fi.
You know what I mean? You can't go wrong with that, especially if you thought you can get a Tello as your first drone to fly. That you probably make out better with that.
When are you getting yours?
When am I getting mine? I'm thinking I'm a little bit more advanced than that right now.
Well, I thought for that price point you'd have one to show us on your next show.
No.
We'll see what happens.
Yes, tactic drone, but if you want to get a kid into drones, that would be more than optimum. Kid, they're always on their cell phone, and to have them sit there and take selfies of themselves and teach them the basics of flying, $100 is much more worth it than $1,000, which is what the Mavic Pro is going for right now at $1,000, and I've seen it as high as $1,200 for the Fly More bundle.
Right, and even if you got to use Mavic Pro, it's still going to be more than $99.
Well, yeah, I just wonder about, obviously they got the glitzy little Oriental good-looking chick playing with it, and so I'm wondering what's the build quality? How does it feel? I'm a texture kind of person. I want to see.
No, that's understandable, and you could no way tell in the video, but I can honestly say, even if I was to invest in something like that just to do a review of it, the fact that it's $100, I might, but no. I mean, like Herman says, we're a little bit past that.
Oh yeah.
If I'm going to review something, I would rather review the Mavic 2 Pro, something that I don't fly. Now,
Yeah.
I have flown the Mavic Zoom, and I have also flown. No, I have not flown. That's correction. I've flown a Mavic Zoom, but I have not flown a professional. So, Paul, if you know of anyone that's willing to donate one for about a week or so, let me know.
Well, contact Tac Tech and tell them you'd like to do an on-air review. Have them send you one.
You know what? That would be
I'll
good if
look
I was
into it.
already. The first thing they ask is, do you have any other reviews out there? And everything that I've done on review wise was kind of amateuristic because I didn't have a cameraman and so
Yeah.
on, and I wasn't into vlogging. Now I don't give a damn who sees me on camera. I'm ready to do something for real. That's why that's pretty much why I'm getting
Hey,
the thing as well. Hadley's famous. What's going on, dude? How are you?
Okay, hey, there you go. Tell Hadley about that drone. Show him that preview again.
You want him to bust out
Tac
laughing?
Tac Tech drone.
I have it up. Hold on. Why don't you send him an invite?
Who?
Hadley.
Hadley?
Yeah, if he's got time, because
I don't have.
before we do that, but let me get out this FPV news. This weekend on the East Coast and is the largest FPV race convention ever done in the United States. And when I say the largest, the purse is $52,000 in gifts and money. Okay. You can show up with your FPV. There is a registration fee, and they're racing everything from tiny whoops to 6-inch birds. So if you're in the New Jersey, Atlantic City area, and you think you can make some money, or you just want to go there and check out the convention, right now, from what they say, this will be the largest racing drone. Oh, it'll be the largest indoor racing drone track ever built in the United States. They have it stretched over 300,000 square feet.
Really?
So that's almost the size of an airplane hangar.
Where is this supposed to be?
That's in Atlantic City this weekend.
Oh,
The international drone, let me pull that up so I have the proper information because I have it bookmarked. And just give me a second so I can read it to you specific from what I have.
that's not part of the
Believe
convention.
it or not, that was supposed to be part of what we were doing as well this weekend. But Herman and ours weekend, Herman, you can go into it better than I can. I'm gonna pull up the statement so when you finish I can read it.
Well, basically, I have really no information on it. Just that based on an email that was received from a friend and on the convention, that there were some issues that the convention was supposed to have been postponed or canceled.
Yes, here I got it. Okay, I just have to put my glasses on because I can't read the restaurant menu. But do you remember, Paul? We were supposed to be going to a convention, right?
Yep.
This weekend. Well, Billy Kyle, you guys know who Billy Kyle is. I had invited him down there to let him know where we would be because I said, Herman and I would have a hotel room, and he could come by and hang out, and we could go flying later on at night. Blah blah blah. And he had sent me he had asked me, did I hear that the event wasn't going on? And I was like, no, I didn't hear. Where's your source? And so he sent me this. Due to the overwhelming response we have received for both the International Drone Racing League and the Drone Expo East events this June, Drone Expo East will be postponed until 2020, while the International Drone Racing League events will continue as planned. Now, that was the $52,000 purse that I was talking about. All Drone Expo East ticket holders will receive an option for a refund for their purchases and will remain in our database for updates regarding the new event dates. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may cause, but we feel that this is best course of action to ensure the maximum success demanded on both events. And what that's telling me is that because this is the first time they ever attempted this on the East Coast, they booked more than Atlantic City can handle because it
Now,
took Herman and I a while to get a hotel room. It took us a
now
little while to get a hotel room, right?
here's my problem with that. Either I missed my email or I haven't gotten one yet, letting me know what was going on, and I
Right,
can
because
go
he
through
reserved
on.
the room. But here's a point, Herman. Here's
Yeah.
a point I want to bring up real quick. All of those hotels were filled to the
Yeah.
max with drone heads. And then you had your random gamblers that hang out there in Atlantic City all the time. But you know as well as I do, every hotel within a 5 mile radius of that place was sold out.
Well, a lot of places the prices were going up, getting
And
close
and
to the
I
event.
would I would guess too the hotels don't want to refund your room. The convention is a separate entity.
Right, right. So unless you call there and say, look, I know the convention's not going on, they're not going to tell the people anything. And that's going to be messed up because I know a few people that have rented hotels 5 miles further than 5 miles away, like Tom Dowling.
Well, it depends on it would depend on how you booked because I was able to back out of my deal.
Luckily you were able to back out of the deal and without fees. But that's because they knew they screwed up and
Yeah.
you caught them dead to right. But what about the guys that are just hearing about it today?
Well, I mean, there's nothing I could do about that.
As of now, so for you guys that don't know, they are still holding on the East Coast the largest indoor and largest purse for racing event this weekend in Atlantic City, in the convention center. They have over 300,000 square feet of track. They're racing everything from tiny whoops to 3 inches, 5 inch birds, and 6 inch birds.
Okay.
If you don't want to race, you can actually, and you have goggles, you can actually go in and check out your favorite racer. I don't know if anyone famous is going to be there. I would assume so, considering that this is the first time ever on the East Coast that an event like this is happening.
Be
But
right back. Mia wants to go out. Be right back.
Okay.
okay,
Anybody in the chat know anything about it? About that race?
but the purse is $52,000, like I mentioned, in prizes and money. And when I say prizes, I take it they're giving away a few drones. I don't know what, don't quote me on it. But unfortunately, those guys will not be there this weekend because they overbooked for that and they just canceled the whole freaking drone expo, except for the racing drone part.
Well, we should still go down there and take a look at the race, maybe.
Yeah, we could still go down and check out some drone racing, but after a while, it's just gonna make me want to fly. I'm gonna be mad because I can't.
Why won't you?
I don't think it'll be. I don't know if it'll be online. Hold on. Let me see what information I could find out because up to date international drone racing league. Let's see what comes up here. Um, about the drone. Here it is. I found a page for it, and from what I see here, okay, Atlantic City drone. Yeah, here's what I see right here. Atlantic City drone race. Purchase tickets now. Let's see. You can register to race, and memberships are available now if you want to join the International Drone Racing Limited. Um, all I know is kudos to them because they got their shit to woo. I
What happened?
clicked on purchase a ticket. Oh, oh, a membership. I'm sorry. I thought this is how much they wanted you as an entry fee. I clicked on the wrong link.
Well,
Um,
what you get?
if you get a micro drone racing membership is $175 one-time payment for life. FPV fixed membership, $220 one-time payment for life. Brushed micro racing drones, $175. And if you want a season pass to every event that they have, Okay, AMA members get a discount. But if you want a season pass to 2019 and 2020, the season passes to every event that they have now, no matter where it is, it starts at $400. Note they are $400.
That's the season pass.
Yes, that's a season
How
pass.
much for that event?
Now that's what I'm trying to find out right now. Remember,
That's
I'm clicking on
Lawrence.
this.
Lawrence, is that a season pass just to get in? If you want to race, you still got to pay those other fees, right?
Well, a season pass is to become a member of the international
Yeah,
drone.
Okay.
to view.
Right. That's just to become a member. So anywhere they have a race in the United States, that's what they would do. Now this is Drone Expo East has announced. Let's see what the link says. International has announced the largest and most diverse event of its kind in the eastern United States. Let's see what else do they have here. That's all coming soon. Registration. They just have their events here. Oh, open class drone racing. They can teach you how to fly drones on the 27th at that event. They want you to pay for classes, but let's see, view more. Okay. On June 27th to June 30th, they have open class drone racing. Fly and any drone, any size, free RSVP. That's free. At 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. open drone. They'll be giving classes all day. Now, the Brush Micro Racing Drone, 25 milliwatt power only. Their event that's all day event too. That's an all day
free.
event. Yeah, RSVP.
Yeah, the free RSVP.
Yes, free
Nothing
RSVP.
else as far as the convention wise.
I'm not seeing any.
Racing.
I'm not seeing anything special about that. I was hoping to find some more info on that. There, hold on. Open class drone racing. Let's go back to the main page. Oh, these are the prices here. And I'm not that much into racing that I think I can pay for for $220 to become a member. That $220 can go into a damn bird, into a racing drone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, to be honest, I seriously wouldn't pay $220. I mean, some people may want to, and I'm sure people are doing it because if they weren't, they wouldn't be charging those prices.
Right.
Train has a link. Here it is. He has a link also. I'm going to try and click on it to make sure it doesn't take me out of this live stream. Drone Racing Multi GP International. This is an event going on over by you. Okay. See, that FPV may be the way to go, guys. I mean, seriously. They're having more events and doing more stuff than us camera drone guys could ever possibly do. We can't even get together and decide what drone we like. You know, give me a second. I'll be right back. I just want to put this up real quick.
Where you going?
I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna mute, so you won't hear background noise.
Okay. I was asking where you were going, but no problem. But yeah, Paul, that's what I've heard so far. I haven't gotten anything. I just got that from Billy Kyle, and I still.
So are you guys still gonna go?
I'm gonna go down there, but I didn't see any. When I went back to the site, I didn't see anything about how they were supposed to have vendors and stuff like that there, and now I'm not seeing that anymore. So I don't know what's going on.
Well, when you were going to the expo, what was it going to cost you guys to go to the expo?
Well, I was going to go down there and pay for my tickets at the door. I didn't even check the prices.
Okay.
But I knew about the event, and I had booked the hotel in enough time. Well, I thought it was enough time, but the prices started going up. But I tried to grab it before it was too late. But I had one that I could cancel without any fees.
Yeah.
It was costing like $100 and something a night.
Hadley, I sent you a link to your Gmail. Oh, Val's here.
Uh-oh. Val, I got a bone to pick with you.
Uh-oh. She's not plugged in yet, and I don't see any glasses on yet.
Hear me?
Where's your glasses, Val?
They're somewhere.
What happened?
What?
Hey, Val.
What happened? You
Yeah.
start waking up?
No, I've been driving for 3 days. I just walked in the door and I saw
no,
your
Val,
link.
Val, I'm so glad you clarified that because you seriously look like you just have smoked a doobie.
Yeah. It's like
I actually called Roger and had to tell him I'm falling asleep on the road.
For you,
So
young
he kept me up for a while. Last night when I was coming back from Lewiston, then Kim talked me through the road just so I could. I'm tired.
I thought your car was talking to you.
That stupid car. You know what it did today?
What?
It flashed brake, 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 brake. Almost gave me a heart attack.
The car yesterday was dinging at her all the time, and come to find out it was. And then it got a further on. It put a big coffee break.
It went like this. It had like a figure going, like it was scared.
It was
Then
afraid of driving.
Then it told me it was a rental car. Then it told me go take a break, and it had coffee. And so I got a coffee, and it said take a break.
your car?
Wow, you were swerving?
No, I just was hitting the lines a little bit.
Oh.
Okay. So I take it your car has that sensor to tell you when you're going out of line.
Yeah.
You want to know what?
The sensors.
For that
And then it
exact
turned
reason.
red and went brake, 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 brake. But I was already braking. I saw the person stopped. I was like, what the hell? It was being really mean.
Well, Val, believe it or not, without that stuff, you might have wiped out.
I don't know. Maybe.
You know what? I think that's why we got so many bad drivers on the road.
Hadley says Chevrolet or Toyota.
Because those cars.
It was at Toyota.
Yeah.
Toyota.
Was it a Camry?
Yeah. I didn't like that at all. Hold on, I think I need to bring the chat up. I don't have chat up.
And we asked her last night. Now this is at 11 o'clock last night. She was pretty fired up. And
I was so tired.
We asked her last night if she was speeding or anything. And she says, yeah, everybody was driving too slow, so I had to go around everybody.
Yeah, I didn't go. You said, did I tailgate? I never tailgate. I just go around. Tailgating makes people nervous.
And the car was scared to death.
It was. I don't know what the hell.
That's the car trying to take the wheel out of your hand.
Right.
It was weird. I've never seen a car do that.
Well, anyway, as we were talking about before I stepped away, unfortunately, we're not going to the drone convention because it's been canceled due to them overbooking, them having more people buying tickets than they have room for people. Yeah, it was canceled.
Are you serious?
Billy Kyle actually sent it to me, and what's funny is I know a few people from New York City that plan on going, and unless they watch the stream, they will not know anything about it.
Well, I'm gonna still head down there this weekend.
Except we're just gonna go for the day instead of staying for 2.5 days like we had planned.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, You know what? I was really upset about it at first because I started planning for this about 2 months ago, right, Herman?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, when I started planning for it, I had only planned on going for 1 day. And my wife had said, well, how long are you going to stay down there? And I'm like, she gave me the option of how long. So I immediately called Herman and like, yo, I can stay more than a day. So Hadley said,
hey, Jason.
Corolla will steer you if you get over the line. You know what's messed up about that, Hadley? What if the sensor is wrong or the sensor is about to glitch out and it says you're crossing a line even though you're not and forces you into another lane?
You know, I just know this car handled really not as good. I drive better with my Beetle, right? And then I had a Subaru Legacy which handled really well. But this car, I didn't feel like it handled as good as my other cars.
Was it a rental or something?
Yeah, the company had to rent me a car so I'd go all over Idaho and run.
Now you go back. You know what you do? Go back when you go back to them. And if you ever give me that car again, I will punch you.
Yeah, I don't want a car that talks to me. What the hell? Am I Night Rider? No. Hey, choo choo. Hey, Night Train.
Yeah, but the flip side of that is we told Val last night that the car went back and probably told all the other cars, don't go with her.
Hey, did you see on the news about the GPS screwing up about 100 people?
Yeah.
Or what?
Okay, somewhere, I don't remember where, but I think it was out in California or something because they had mountains in the background. And it was, well, anyway, there was a backup on a highway. And you know how Google GPS recalculates the route?
Yeah.
Well, it went screwy, and the GPS gave about 100 people instructions to drive off the road onto this dirt road. So as you're driving, you see a group of cars up ahead stopped. But by the time you get up to that group of cars, you're stuck now because everyone is stuck in mud. The GPS led about 100 people off the road and said, this is a better route, take this road. And people got on the dirt road thinking that
man,
it was going to be a shortcut.
Unhappy with that.
There were literally about 100 people that until they realized that, hey, something's wrong with this. And people were getting stuck behind you in the mud. So you can't pull forward, you can't pull backwards. It was kind of funny.
So I was heading down south in Idaho to run a support group for kids that are in detention. So I'm driving down there because that's one of the ones the company does. And I'm driving down there, and all of a sudden I see a sign. It says, follow sign, not GPS. But it looked like graffiti, like somebody just spray painted it. And I thought, yeah, I'm not doing that. So I didn't do that. And my GPS took me on the wrong highway. I was 10 miles out of my way. Oh my God. I was like, what the? Now we're spray painting signs on the highway where to go.
Well,
yeah.
I follow signs like that in places you don't know.
I guess. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So what phone do you have? No.
I'll be back, guys. I'm going to catch a ship. I'll be back.
No, Paul.
All right, have fun.
Okay,
Paul.
Yeah, what?
Paul.
What, Val?
Where you going, Paul?
Mia's got my bag, and we're going to catch a ship, and then we'll be right back.
Okay, have fun. Fly safe.
You should leave Mia to talk
We
to
will
her.
return. We will return.
Okay.
Fly safe.
All right.
Bye, Paul.
See you a little bit. Yeah.
Hey, Justin.
Yeah.
Did you try doing what I said about right-clicking on your picture and going to transform and making it stretch the screen?
I can't find it.
I can barely hear you, but
How do I sound?
that's better. That's a lot better.
I think I need to get a new
That's better, Justin.
Yes. You said right click on.
Right-click on it on your camera and go up to transform, and then another window will open up and go to the bottom where it says stretch the screen. Try that for your camera.
What?
And it should work. I mean, sounds good.
It looks like you have a frame around your picture.
Right. And I think that's because that's the generic camera setting until you, in OBS. Right, in OBS, you click on your video capture device, right click, go to transform, and stretch the screen. That is it. I did tell you the right thing.
I did it, but it's stretching the preview.
It's stretching what?
The preview. Like it shows a preview, then it shows what's
Oh, no, I closed that preview window down. No, I don't use OBS in studio mode. That's what that is. On the far right side, turn it out of studio mode and just have one screen on the picture inside OBS. Studio mode's okay if you're using wipes and transitions to go from, like, I'll say I'll be right back, and then I'll have it fade into a movie or something. That's all that's for. Other than that, it's a waste of time, I
Where
think.
would I find that?
Okay. Hold on a second, guys. In OBS, pull up your OBS window, right? You know where sources are?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever your video capture device is, whatever your camera is,
Yeah.
right click on that.
Yeah.
And then a window will pop up and you go to transform.
Yeah, I know that, but it's only transforming the preview, not the actual screen.
You have to close that window. You have to change it out of studio mode on the right hand side where it says control. Start streaming, start recording, studio mode.
Oh, I see.
Okay,
Hey,
now it might work or whatever. But anyway, there you go. See? Bingo.
Oh, wow.
Now we can see Justin is
Okay.
actually a person and not a marionette.
Now,
So, Brandon, do you have a point of contention with me?
well, like I was saying, yesterday I went looking for your show, and I'm like, what happened to Val? Val's not going live? Oh, well, I went back to doing what I was doing. And when I spoke to Paul, he told me that it was at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
I don't even think I started till close to 10. So what happened was I had to drive up to Coeur d'Alene and do a group up there. And so early Monday morning, I left, drove for 8 hours because a lot of construction, got up there, did the group. Then I had to come down to Lewiston and do a group Tuesday. And then I had to drive home. But all the roads, all up and down Highway 55, where there's construction. It's the kind where they stop you because it's one lane. And then you guys, a pilot car comes by. And all they had was a small area they're working on for this much havoc. And it was nonstop. The minute you got out of one construction went to the next. I didn't get home till after I think it was 9 o'clock last night. So I've been driving and then this morning I had to get up really early and go 4 hours down south and take care of something going down there and then come back. So I just walked back and forth. I tell you, so I figured out how many hours I actually was paid to work this week, 90.
Oh, okay.
But here's the good news.
I'm listening.
Bonus?
90.
I'm going to have the money that I can actually maybe get home from Canada. So far, I was only getting to Canada. So I got one more week like this, a couple more weeks like this, and then I can get home, which then Troy's going to be really happy because I was going to have to move in with him and his wife and his 2 dogs and his children. But now.
So you can get back to Idaho?
Right. I bought the ticket to Virginia to see my dad, and my sister's picking me up, and then I have a ticket to Syracuse. But I had to buy. I work all the time, but I had to get the money to do that because I support my house. I'm the only one who brings money in here anyway.
Right.
So I have to support it. So it's you know how that works. So anyway, so getting to Canada, at the time I said I'd do it, everything was looking pretty good. And then I ended up with, a few bills that, came up and those health things and other things. So anyway, so now another couple weeks of this, and I am actually going to make it back to Idaho.
Yay.
Well, that's good.
You could have made
That's
2
good to know,
stacks of
Val.
sandwiches. You could have made 2 stacks of sandwiches, drove down there, and drove up there, and then drove into Canada. We'd have had no problem.
Hey, let me tell you, I was thinking about it because that cooler I bought, it only kept things cold with those cold packs for 24 hours.
Wow.
I wanted it to keep things cold for 48 hours. Because
you might have to keep the cold sauce cold to do that.
Well, I thought they said that they had freezers, refrigerators, something in the room that I stayed in up in Coeur d'Alene. They didn't.
Oh.
I thought that was garbage. But I did get to see Turning About Northwest.
Okay.
I got to see Russell and Ashley and their kids, and that was fun.
Okay. All
They
right.
are beautiful.
But
ever
if
get
I
out
were
here.
you, before you did you return the car yet?
I
Oh,
kicked the
see,
tire. I was like,
I
what
would
the
have.
hell?
Well, to be honest, I would have returned the car with a list of complaints, and I would have gave a list of complaints to my boss and told him, if you ever send me in a car like that
I
again,
was so
me and
afraid.
you are going to have problems.
Novice, I was a little worried that what they
Right.
were going to realize is that my driving may not be what they think it should be. And that's why the car was doing it. So I didn't want to go. The CarPlay thing is supposed to play my books, my music, kept turning off and on because I think the car was really jerking me around.
Car didn't like the choice of music.
I don't know. I was playing that one song, I'm Only Human, and I could never get through the whole song all the way back from Lewiston, which was the Drive from Hell. And then I went down south and was coming back, and it wouldn't do it. Wouldn't play my vampire book. I'm like, what the hell's happening?
Wow.
Wow. See, that's not good. That's
I think it was just, it knew it was me. It tried to throw on the brakes, send me through the. I thought, I don't know what the hell's going on with this car. It's like artificial intelligence. I think Nay worked on it. It was just after me.
Well, what's going on, Justin? We're going to get you to talk tonight before Herman gets into his phone.
About that, a lot of people have been asking me about, because a lot of people that make videos on YouTube, the hardest thing to find is
Hey,
music.
Curtis.
And a lot of people are questioning, like some people put in their videos where I don't own the rights to this music. A lot of people think when they put that in their video, they're not going to get a copyright strike. They're going to get a copyright strike regardless of what. It depends on what music.
Right.
But I explain to a lot of people, I sit on YouTube and scour the whole YouTube for music channels, and I will listen to music for hours, and I will go into the description, find the person's email, and say, "Hey, I want to use your music in a drone video." So
Right.
pretty much, they either say, "Sure, you can use it. You can use it for free if you're not monetized. I might have to charge you $10 for the song," which is not bad. Just to make money off that song, you only pay $10 for it. That's not bad.
Right.
So
Right.
No, especially if it's the perfect song, right?
Some people charge more, but there's a lot of people out there that make a lot of free music. You just have to sit there and find these people. Like I have one guy that makes kind of like cinematic classical music. He doesn't sell his music or anything. It's free music. He tells everyone it's free. I don't want no money.
Right. Just give them credit. Just give them credit for it.
Yeah. And most of the stuff that I use is from people that just do nonprofit, not making money. I just like to make music, and I like people to use it.
Nice.
Well, this last video that I did, I decided to take copyrighted music and use it, because when I search for music for video, and Herman will tell you, it's usually about 2 or 3 hours of me going through music to find something to go with the track. And usually I'm looking at the footage, or I'm envisioning the footage in my head while I'm listening to the music here. And often I have my headphones, and sometimes my wife and daughter call me, and I don't hear them, because it's very tedious to find music to go with footage.
Yeah.
And you'll find this out, Val, if you ever decide to make a drone video. You're going to be like, well, I can use this song, but what if I become monetized one day?
I've done a couple drone videos, and I think the direction of sometimes, like I have Epidemic Sound, so I pay 13 or something a month, and really I'm overpaying because I don't do enough of it.
Right,
but
right.
I will go through all their music. I kind of just kind of go, okay, today I'm going to go through the music, and I'll find something I really like. And I think the direction that I need to go for flying is get that piece of music I love and then fly to it.
You know what? Some people actually do that, Val. They will fly
with headphones
and listen to music through their headphones. I know people that fly racing drones, and before they take off the ground, they put on their favorite song, and they jam and fly at the same time. And that's actually a good way if you have people around you. I wouldn't suggest it by yourself.
Is that what you meant, Val?
Well, I don't wear the goggles when I'm flying. I have the breeze. So
Well,
when
no, I
fly,
mean listening to the music.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But if you use copyrighted music, you always have that chance that they're gonna
Tell
say
you to take it
copyright.
down.
Well,
Well,
not
no.
only that, they can just give you a strike and keep it up.
Well, no. What happened is I used the copyright song. Now I do it once a year. Okay, that's how often I do it. And the last time I got a copyright strike was because NCS, non-copyrighted sounds on YouTube, said that everything they have is non-copyrighted. That's a crock of bull, because all of their songs that I use got copyright strikes.
But
Also,
you got to be careful because there's a lot of people that do covers for songs and they don't tell you. So there's a song from Inception
we see you, Curtis.
that someone made a cover to, and I put it on one of my videos, and boom, within an hour, copyright strike. Because it says, oh.
Well, I knew mine was going to get a copyright strike because the song was originally done by Linkin Park.
Yes.
And
yes.
And it said Linkin Park so and so remix.
Yeah.
And they actually took the song. Hey, what's up, Curtis? They actually took the song and made a ballad out of it.
What's up, guys?
So this is my understanding. If you do it and they copyright strike you, they can do a couple different things about copyright strikes. They can say, hey, I'm going to take the money you make on this. They can say that.
Which is what they're doing on the video now. Every time a commercial plays, they're getting money for it.
And they say, yeah, I want you to take it down, take it off. Or they can say, hey, 90 days, you're not.
Or they can tell you to take the song off. In which case you'll be screwed and have to use some type of music from YouTube or something, or take the video down. And if you take the video down, you lose views. Hey, Kurt, I had a quick question for you.
I have an answer. I hope they match.
First, how are you doing?
It's been a day from hell, but that's another story.
And then Bob is going to come on Sunday. Now, what is Bob's title? Because I want to put something in the description of that show. I have it set already. I just want to put something in detail. You're
talking about Scott?
Yes.
Oh, we're still waiting for confirmation on that. So hang on just a bit. I'm 99% for sure. I mean, I've talked to you guys up, and they definitely want to come on. I just need to make sure that he's available.
Yeah, that's cool. That's not a problem. I just want to make sure before Sunday I can put something in the description. I don't want to say he's the creator or of the controller and he'd be a tech guy.
Oh, no. Scott Parazinski is the guy who invented Fluidity, the FT Aviator. He does have a bunch of tech guys that are working on it.
That's
but
good.
He is the creator. He's the CEO of the company. He's the guy that is doing it all.
Okay, because I want to once we do get confirmation, provided we do, then I want to advertise on Facebook. I want to try and get a bigger crowd in here than what we usually have.
Yeah, he's very interested in real world usage. So that's good news for all of us. Actually, he really wants to see how people plan on using it. I told him, I said, well, you can send stuff out to reviewers all you want, but until you start talking to the people that are actually using the product and purchasing the product, stuff like that. And they said, well, let's get on some of these live shows that you're talking about, Curtis. So I started talking to a few folks, and you guys are one of my favorite shows. So I definitely want to get him on your show.
Highly appreciate it.
Okay, Curtis. Okay. Okay.
Okay, Val, you're on this show, right?
Yeah, but it's not my show. It's the Bears' show. Hey, Herman, do you have a beard? You don't.
Beard?
Yeah, you do.
There's a goatee.
You all have them.
You know why? You want to know why?
You can have what this little thing I have.
I have a beard because it doesn't grow up here.
Oh, sorry.
It's got a flower. I mean, it grows on the sides a little, but that doesn't You want to hit? Hey Val, I know you're not a no, you're not. How would I say? Too streetwise. But you want to hear a joke that an old man told me?
Okay.
Here we go.
Now, he says, if you're bald in the front, you're a thinker. If you're bald in the back, you're a lover. If you're bald in the front and back, you think you're a good lover.
Poor Herman.
Oh no, it grows all the way around. I just cut it off.
Oh.
I'm the one with it on the side. So I'm bald in the front and back. I need to cut it all off.
I'm just bald in the front. Well, it's working its way back.
Right here.
It's working its way back.
My hair grow. It starts from here and goes back. It's
Just like mine.
There's nothing in the front. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I really appreciate you bringing them on. And now that I found out I'm not going to the drone convention.
Oh, why not?
I might be able, and I was thinking about purchasing one of those joysticks to review.
Well,
my problem is once I get the joystick, I cannot use a phone, so I would have to find a way to adapt my 7-inch tablet to it.
right.
But other than that,
That seems to be one of the big sticking points for everybody. Actually, is the size of tablet, the tablet holder itself. And I can tell you, and I should let Scott talk about this, but having talked to him quite a few times in the last week or so, their mentality going out was they wanted to make something that would specifically get out there and work. And then from there, once they've established that there is a, because there's a certain amount of pushback from the audiences or from the community as well. As there's those guys going, well, as a stick, why do I need to change the way I fly or anything like that? So they want to make sure that there is an audience for it and there's a need for it and there's an interest in it. And once they find that, then of course there's going to be a lot of accessories coming out. There will also be third-party accessories coming out. I
remember you mentioning that they didn't want to put all their eggs in one basket.
Right. They wanted to focus specifically on getting this out and finding if there was a use for it, a need for it, and a desire for it. Those are three different things if you actually think about it. It's coming. It's right around the corner. There's a lot of people that have it right now that are really excited about it, that are flying it. I do not have one yet. They were going to get me one, and they said, hey, we're really short right now, and we want to get it into reviewers' hands. And I said, hey, I've got enough of guys that I personally respect that have it in their hands. I can wait. I'm in no big rush.
Right.
And I'm not one of those guys that you got to give me free stuff or whatever. No, it's nothing like that. The guys that I talk to that I have a lot of respect for, specifically the guys flying for NBC, I mean, they're really excited about it. They see a lot of potential for this thing.
So Rick Halbert's saying it needed to work with the Crystal Sky.
It's coming, Rick. It's coming soon.
That's one of the things that they call it the whiteboard, and there's a huge list of wants and desires that are on the whiteboard. So yes, it will be working with the Crystal Sky. It does not work with the Crystal Sky at this particular moment. So we need to find out if there's an interest and there's a want and there's a need. And we start fulfilling those right off the bat, and it'll all happen. Everything will come to fruition.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
But I want to save a bunch of this for the conversation when Scott's here, though.
Right. But we can definitely do that. Now, here's something that I want to know. Being that I'm not going to Atlantic City this weekend, I am going. We are going down there, but possibly for a day. Is there any time over the weekend, because I know you're busy during the week, over the weekend, other than Sunday nights when I do my live stream, that we could sit down and talk Zoom? I have a few questions for you concerning.
Oh, yeah.
And that's only because I understand that the $15 Pro, whatever, $15 version allows you to stream live, and the free version does not. So I'm
well. There has been a couple of changes to Zoom, which are good for us. And I've been in a lot of conversations with the guys over at Zoom, and this was never designed for what we are doing. What happened was that some of friends of mine who understand bandwidth and all that stuff went out and looked for a better solution than Hangouts, and they didn't want something that was glitchy and limited bandwidth when we started doing our show, and they found Zoom. And Zoom was designed for corporate meetings that happen in New York, and they need to immediately talk to the people in LA, and they want to know why they're screwing up. It was never meant to be right. It was never designed as something that they wanted to utilize for YouTube. But at the same time, they understand with the usage of OBS, you're now able to utilize Zoom and broadcast like we're doing onto YouTube. Having said that, they've taken OBS and they've broken it apart and kind of looked at it and tried to figure some stuff out about it and how it works. And they've looked at my show and they've sent me messages about what we do and what we need and all that. And the very first update that they've done, which is available right now, is you're able to use Zoom directly to go into Facebook or right onto Facebook or YouTube. And I think there's one other platform too. I didn't check which one.
Whoa. Back up.
Yes. You are now able with Zoom to go directly to Facebook, YouTube, and one other platform that I've never heard of before. No, it's not Twitch. It's not Twitch. It's something else. I could go look it up real quick if you want. But
no, I can do it.
But here's the caveat to it. It has none of the features that we're currently using. So in other words, like right now, if you look at my screen, I've got some graphics playing on the screen with me because I'm running through OBS.
Right.
You can't do any graphics. It's just strictly put you guys onto YouTube right now, and that's it.
Oh, you know what? I can't find it now.
So you're saying now, will this work through OBS or it won't?
You don't have to use OBS to get online. What it won't do for you is give you the graphics like I'm doing right now. In other words, if you have an intro for your show, you can't really play it. I mean, you could share it. You could start your show and then share a video or something along those lines. But where you want a specific graphic to play ahead of time, you can't do that. If you want graphics like I have online right now, where the scrolling thing with the fingerprint, and I don't know what I'm doing there. Is some silly idea I had, but
they were charging $40 to be able to go on to YouTube.
Right. That is for a different scenario situation. So now you can use, and I forget what the limitations are, but there's a limitation on the amount of people that you can have on it and the bandwidth. But for the bandwidth that we are using, it's nowhere. We're not going anywhere near that. And I talked to him about that too. And I said, well, I'm using some heavy graphics in a .mov files with alpha channels and all this other stuff. They go, dude, we're looking at your usage and you're not anywhere near getting in trouble with us or anything like that. So, and we've had 7 to 8 people on our show on Drone Owners Network Live and Drone Squad. By the way, since I'm here, let me just throw this out. I have 2 shows I do, by the way, Drone Owners Network Live, and I'm just now starting, Drone Squad TV, which is my own personal channel, but the other channel is with all of the other guys, but I have my own channel that I'm doing something too.
Right.
So let me ask you a question. So this update, do you know how to do it yet?
Yeah, it's automatic. It's already there. It's already there. If you've purchased the $15 program, there's now a drop down. There's a drop down menu. It's like 3 little dots. Click on that and it'll be to the right at the bottom, and you can now go on live.
Okay. Jake Sloan says he uses Zoom, and I was trying to explain to him that we are learning how to use Zoom through OBS to stream on YouTube because it uses a lot lower bandwidth.
Well, no, it's not that it uses, you're purchasing bandwidth.
Oh, okay.
So what you're doing when you go through Zoom is you are purchasing an allotted amount of bandwidth, which is why you get a cleaner signal.
Okay. I was wondering about that.
That's why when you watch our show, there's no little glitches or people don't kind of fuzz out once in a while. YouTube limits the amount of bandwidth that you can use, and rightly so. This is a free service. They haven't found a way to monetize this just yet. I mean, if your channel's monetized and somebody watches your video afterwards, yeah, they can monetize and get some money back that way. But they haven't figured out a way to monetize the live stream itself. Eventually they will. I wouldn't be surprised if you're talking and all of a sudden, you know, you're monitoring yourself on a second computer that you see it stop for 30 seconds while a commercial plays or something along those lines, and then it picks right up where you left off. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. But yeah, no, with Zoom, you're purchasing bandwidth, and the only, like I said, the only downside right now is, and I'm not trying to get away from talking to you about how to do this, and we can definitely set something up this weekend. Is you won't be able to do any graphics the proper way. You can share them, you know, like when you click on the share screen,
Right.
and everybody and all the participants will go off to the side, but you can share them and whatever the graphic is. And if that's fine with you, then that's all you really need. And I can walk you through how to do that. That's like super easy.
I just went on to it to see if it let me go to YouTube, and there's no place for it to do that.
You would probably, Val, have to be on your channel. You're looking through the options, you're saying?
Yeah, there's no option to YouTube.
It might not be because well, Hangout shouldn't have anything to do with it, but
well, no, her
there
camera,
might be an
first of
issue
all,
And I was using a different camera, so I
There
was
may be
using
an
my
issue.
webcam instead of my other cam.
but I'm thinking there may be an issue with camera use. You're using a different camera, you said?
Yeah, because I have one in my actual laptop, and then I have a webcam. I was using the one directly in my laptop, and there was no place for me to do it.
But your laptop also it should be able to play two different cameras simultaneously.
I don't know, maybe
But
not.
running
Well,
two different
let me
programs may be an issue.
let me see what I can do.
Can
here.
you share and show me it?
I'm trying to see if it'll do that right here. See what we
Sorry,
get.
did I hijack your show, Phantom?
Yeah, just a little bit, but that's all right.
I'm sorry. But you know what, Phantom, this would work good for you too, because then you
Okay,
don't
so I'm getting a link here. It says fail to start camera, but I can go over here and share my screen. So let me share application window.
Go ahead. You're on the main screen now. So whatever you show.
Is he? Because I
Okay, can you guys see? Can you guys see it?
Yes,
Right.
see you.
So down here, I've got breakout rooms and more. Do you see that?
Yeah, I don't have that. How come you have that?
Well, because I was in the short bus when I went to school.
How come you get breakout rooms?
So breakout rooms is another function that's been there all along. I think what I need to do is go with you and set all this up. It may be in the settings, but breakout rooms are for if you have a guest and you don't want them sitting there. I'll stop. Do I need to stop sharing? Everybody see this?
Yeah, I see
No,
it.
So
I have
So when I'm on Zoom for the nonprofit, it has the more with the three things. But evidently, when I'm on it myself at home and it's my Zoom, I don't have it.
Let me end my meeting here and.
Welcome back, Justin. I had to mute because there was background noise. We cannot hear you, Justin.
We muted you.
What do I do?
Oh no, I had muted you because there was background noise while you were away.
What you got?
Well, I got a couple T-shirts. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, it says drone pilot. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That's one.
Okay, show me what else you got.
And then I got another one here. Little, some might say it's a little rude.
What does it say? Before you fly. It's a drone.
Hey, Kurt, that lighter.
Yes, sir.
That lighter
That's
that you
good.
use for your cigar.
Yeah.
I know a couple of welders that could use that heifer.
Yeah, it's
Oh, those are nice. Did you get any more?
Oh, no,
you got to see this one.
Oh wow! See, now that looks like that
Oh,
could
I like
power
that.
a small bicycle or car.
I have a couple of those torches. Remember I told you I smoked cigars too.
We can go down this lane, but I want to get back to the music. You guys were talking about that. I want to give you some more information, but we can talk about whatever.
Oh yeah, there's only one other thing I wanted to talk about, but it's neither here nor there. But I'm listening to what you were saying about now what OBS or with Zoom.
Mhm.
What you were talking about with Zoom.
Yeah,
So-
so you might be able to do Zoom now because you won't have to connect it to OBS. Your only problem is your camera doesn't work unless you have OBS for some reason. Hey, Ed.
Yeah, see, Kurt, you will come to find this out that you will be able to hook up Val easily. You'll be able to hook me up easily. And Herman, Phantom Flight 101, for some reason, he can find a way to break or find a glitch in anything. And it just will not work for him. So you're going to have a little patience on that. But for some reason, I go to Herman's house and I'm like, this is set up on my computer. I just go click, click, click. And on Herman's computer, you got to click 10 times.
Kurt, ask him to set this computer up.
Herman, don't worry. I got super patience. I got your back, man. I got your back. Okay.
Set this computer up to work the way it works.
Who said?
Ask him.
I confess. I confess I did.
Hey, Eddie Nunez, what's good, man? How you doing?
Hey, Eddie.
Now, where are you headed with your personal show, Kurt?
Well, can we jump into the music thing just real quick? I want to add something to that.
Sure.
I'm a musician also, and in addition to all the graphics and everything else, I write a lot of my own music for my videos and stuff in the past, and I sell some on Audio Jungle and a few other places.
Right.
If you are a musician writing your own music, if you use a sampler and you purchase samples to use in your music, you can still run into copyright issues. And there are a couple of companies where I've purchased audio samples, and by what I mean by audio samples are what we call a deep sample of like a grand piano or something. So I don't have
sound bits.
Right. They're samples of like a deep sample of a grand piano, so that I don't have to go out and buy a grand piano. I can use a little cheap MIDI keyboard and still get those kind of sounds.
Right.
But if you do anything that's short of, I think, 1 minute, you can get a copyright strike for that. Or if your song is structured in a way that somebody can, in other words, if you do a series, if your song starts with like a tinkling of the keyboard, so like 1 note, 2 note, 3 note, and then your chord or something like that, you're starting your song to build up kind of thing. They can show that as, why did my screen just go blank? That was weird.
It wasn't me. It might have been me.
Could have been. Anyway, you got to be careful of that as well.
I got rid of I did something really stupid. I was trying to erase something and got rid of my video capture device. That's why my screen is blank.
Here we go.
Here we go.
There we go.
Now, having said that, I have a little fun project in my head that I'm kind of working on right now. We all know and love Philly Drone Life.
Yeah. This sounds interesting already.
Yes.
Okay.
Some of the most classic things that he says, I've taken and I've put them into my sampler, and I'm working on some beats and some rock guitar parts. But there is going to be a Philly Drone Life song very soon.
That should be interesting.
Boom, boom, for the love of God. and I want to say I'm doing this with respect, okay? But I'm having some fun, but I love the guy to death. He's an awesome guy. I love his videos. I watch him in the mornings. They're better than coffee, especially when he starts landing with 6% left on his battery and he's a mile away from home. I'm like, my heart wakes up right then. So, but there is a Philly Drone Life song coming.
Okay, interesting. I wish I had the time to get into all of that stuff. I'm really burning the candle at both ends these last month or two, trying to get those guys thing going and trying to advertise and get the subscribers up. Right now, my main goal is to get Herman monetized, and then eventually, shortly after that, Justin.
Right.
And it's not easy.
Let me interrupt for just a second. Love my drones. Yeah, it's one of my reasons for saying this publicly is it's going to force me to do it. I've got everything downloaded, everything in the sampler.
Nice.
I just need to kind of I want to get him. I don't want to do just a strict beat with where I'm sampling him and kind of doing the rap kind of thing. I want some actual music going on there too. I want it to be I want it to be a well done production. So yeah, by saying it live here that I'm going to do this, you guys now have heard me say, guess what? Kurt's got to do this.
Yeah, now we're going to be expecting.
Nice.
Where
So Curtis, I just added the features that you were talking about, so I do have them now.
All right, there you go.
It was in the setting. I didn't realize I could go in and just say, yeah, let me. So why did they decide to do that? Because they were charging $40.
Because essentially, I mean, they're seeing a new market. This is this thing with YouTube shutting down Hangouts is just now happening, and they're a totally different company. They didn't see this as a market for them. But now they're seeing all these people that are doing live streaming. They're going, oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second here.
There's a market.
So then after this, I'm going to go on and see if I can make that work.
Okay.
Do you want to go on with me, Curtis?
No.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Of course, Val, I would love to go on with you.
Aren't. I'm starting to feel very unloved here.
I'm part of the Val tribe. I'm going to be there for you.
I'm just making sure.
Listen,
So Herman, I know you have to eat, but you have to come on, Justin and Novice.
Oh yeah,
I got to run back.
Later, Jake.
Bye,
Later,
Jake. Hey,
Jake. Thanks
Jake.
for stopping in. Much appreciated.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. Your last video was fantastic, as they all are.
Thanks for stopping by.
Most definitely.
Oh my God, I'm such a
I
fan.
wouldn't mind. I would just have to put my headphones on. So
What?
I would just have to put my headphones on. Other than
God,
that,
I'm so out of it. Hold on, let me wake up.
Out of who?
I'm just out of it. I'm just tired.
hey Kurt,
But I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna see if I can
Kurt,
make that work.
when Val got on earlier, she was like sitting back in her chair and she was walking real slow. And I was like, Val, I'm glad you let us know that you were driving and you're really, really tired, because I could have swore you smoked a doobie.
Oh my God, no! I swear to you, I've driven. I think it's somewhere around over 30 hours in the past 3 days, and I've hit all the way up to the top of Idaho. If you've seen Idaho, how long it is, all the way to the bottom of Idaho. Did all these support groups, and now I'm just. I don't think I realized how much it was going to kind of take out of me. The good thing was, like I said, I met Russ, Joining About Northwest, and his wife, and Colin, such a cute baby, and Bella. And we went to dinner, and we had a lot of fun. So I'm going to see him in another couple weeks, because I have to go do this again.
Okay.
But,
You're just a busy little bee, huh?
Lawrence,
Yeah.
I have been.
did you have that video, still that video link for that guy, was it James Bending?
Do I have the video link? Did you sent it to me in Messenger?
Yeah, I sent it to you in Messenger earlier.
Hold on. I'll check right now.
With the obstacle avoidance.
Oh yes. Has anyone seen that? They're making drones with AI, and hold on, give me a second. I'll load it up really quick. But this is getting scary because you saw the little 5-inch drone, the little not 5-inch, the little handheld drone that the guy gave at the Expo, and he just launched it in the air and it went and it shot a shell into a guy's head. Well, think about that.
What?
And think about where they're going with AI, because I'm going to set up now. And the point I'm trying to make is it's getting scary with what they're doing with these drones, because if the drones think enough to avoid
of where the obstacle avoidance is going with the drones.
Yes, this is what Herman's talking about right here. The drone will avoid objects now.
Wow.
You guys can see this?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if the drone can think for itself to avoid you, I wonder if
well, your drone already does that. Your drone already does
and
that.
they also have the Mavic 2s with APAS, but the fact
I don't think you could throw a ball at the drone though.
No, not that much, but the technology is already there though to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, but my issue with it is, suppose that AI malfunctions and you go to reach for your drone and it comes towards you. instead of moving away. That could get pretty ugly.
Well,
You know, and they're throwing all kinds of stuff at this, and
you got to calibrate your senses.
calibrate your sensors, my behind.
Well,
All I
isn't that
know
what
is-
happens when you don't calibrate the sensors? When the sensors need to be calibrated, the stopping time, all of that, everything can be on at one moment and off the next.
True.
I showed you what happens when that happens.
I think it's great. I really think it's great that they have drones with their own AI. To be honest, the way I've seen a few New York drone pilots fly, they could use that.
Right.
Especially Elliot. He's not here to defend himself, but he has hit a few things in his past.
Now, would that have stopped him from missing the building?
Well, if the drone is smart enough to say, "Hey, he's trying to drive me into a building," I think so. I would think so. I would hope so.
I'll be right back.
Sure.
Well, the one I really wanted to know if you had was the other one with the guy who was handicapped. I thought that was a great story with that guy, James from New Jersey.
I think I do have that, but the only problem is I cannot play audio
Right.
because then you get that copyright infringement and all of that stuff for playing the audio of someone else's video, and which I think sucks. But what can you do? Hold on, let me see right here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's from Jersey, and he broke his spine when he was 15 years old.
Go ahead. You can talk about it. I'll pull it up.
Now, at the age of 37, he took up, flying drones, but he has absolutely no usage of his arms whatsoever. And he flies the drone, you can see in the video, with a little stick.
You're gonna have to highlight your video there.
I'm so sorry.
There you go.
Sorry.
There you go.
Hold on a second. I am highlighted. I don't know. Can you see it now?
Yeah, now we can see it.
Okay. Well, I just started it over, but he uses a stylus and a controller pad along with his phone to control his drone.
Yeah, he had fell from a wall when he was 15 and broke his spine. And he takes some very, very nice pictures and video. And, I just thought it was a nice story to share. That, to see someone who doesn't let his disability stand in the way of him being able to be out there with everyone else.
And it's great that we're doing something that it makes the hobby inclusive, I mean.
Yeah, right. Exactly. He does do some nice work. And like I said, I wish we could play the audio, but I don't want Herman to get copyright infringement when he does become monetized. But it goes to show, if you set your mind to it and you want to do it, you can do it. Because I'm sure when he said he wanted to fly a drone, they told him, "You're out of your freaking mind."
Well, he started off with some little lower grade drones, and then he just got into DJI. But he started when he got into it when he was 37. After all these years of never being able to use his hands, and he's able to use that little stylus to move the controller to push his drone into position to get the shots that he wants to shoot. And I think it's really great. It's a beautiful thing.
It is, and the fact I did notice on the controller that he created sort of a little cup that he can put the stylus in and actually direct where he wants the drone to grow. And it is good. Rick Halliburton, I agree with you. It is great to see that. We need to see more videos, and his number one reason for doing this is because he can.
Right. He wants to actually become a professional drone pilot, he says. He would like to.
Who's this?
By the way, Lawrence, I like this camera angle that you're doing a lot better than your normal one.
What happened?
I like the camera angle you're using right now better than the one you normally do.
Oh, you mean like this? It's just the way I'm sitting in the chair.
Right. Yeah.
I'm actually sitting facing, this is natural sunlight coming through the door. Here, I live in a basement apartment, and at certain times in the year, the sun comes through this window here, through the door, and I actually have to put shades on or I can't sit here. But it is more comfortable because I have my legs not under the desk.
Well, I'm just saying normally you're looking down at the when you're talking to us, you're kind of looking, you have the camera looking up at you.
Yeah, I have it right here on a desktop on a mini tripod. I actually am dying to get this security system because I want to hook up the security cameras to the computer. So not only can I see outside, but when I'm streaming and there's a blizzard or a storm outside,
You can post it. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, nice.
The other thing I want to do is I want to get Herman to drop his camera down just a bit.
Hold on.
That can't happen.
Tilt it down.
Yeah, we got to get Herman to tilt his camera. So I've been working with these guys from NBC for a while. So they drill this stuff into me. So I'm slowly gonna filter this all out to everybody else that I work with to get them trained.
Right? It's about angles.
It's all about presenting, yourself correctly.
Oh wait, Rick Halbert asks, Curtis Dart, are they shipping the controllers now?
There are sample units that are going out right now. Yes.
Okay.
Sample
Well, from what I understand, if you make an order before the 30th of this month, which is in 4 days, they will sell it to you for $300, and after that day,
$299
controller goes to $450. Correct?
Right. That is correct.
Okay. Well, since that is, I'm going to put their link right here in the group.
I can say this: the units are packed. Every unit. The delay has been Scott Parazinski and one other guy are testing every unit before it goes out.
You know what?
So when you get your unit, if you purchase the stick, the flight controller, the FT Aviator, an astronaut will have actually tested your unit.
Wow. See, that's cool. That makes it
Now,
it's worth it.
I did talk to him about it, and I asked him, what are all you testing it on? Are you testing it on the Crystal Sky or whatever? He goes, well, I'm using my iPhone. And I go, okay, well, you got to use a few other things here. Come on.
Yeah, he's going to have to switch up and grab somebody's Android or something at some point.
Right. But every unit is being tested to some degree, and it's really nice to see somebody that is actually concerned about the units that are going out. He's really excited about this.
He's got an idea, and it's going to go far.
Yeah,
provided he keeps doing what he's doing now.
Somebody that is that interested in the end product. I mean, sure, he wants to make some money. Let's not hide that fact. But he's more interested in getting this into people's hands and having fun with it.
Right.
That's what he's really, really excited about. And when I talked to him and I said, hey, I know a bunch of these folks that do these live shows like Val, and we can get you on those shows so that you can talk to. I don't want to exclude Val.
I know, that's all I'm saying.
We can get you onto these shows so that you can actually talk to real world people that are going to do real world usage of your product and how they will utilize it and how they fly and what they look for. I talked to Philly yesterday for almost an hour, and I told him, I said, look, it doesn't have the live feature yet. You cannot use the FT Aviator to go live just yet. I said, soon you will, but right now you can't.
Right.
So,
so
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish. Go ahead, finish.
Oh, I lost my train of thought. I was enthralled with what you were going to say.
Scott may not want to hear this, but due to Scott, I've already found out that he's made it. If I do decide to purchase this controller, he has made it so much easier for me to fly and eat a cheeseburger.
As long as you put it on a tripod, yes.
And someone's giving me a tripod this weekend too.
The other thing I want to tell you about Philly was I got a serious lecture from my friend Philly about what I was eating last night, and he wants me to start doing the treadmill thing too, and I'm actually considering it. So there we go. Hey, look at those great graphics I got on my screen right now. Isn't that cool?
Let me just say, I saw Philly eating ice cream. So Philly needs to do what he says too. I did. I saw him eating ice cream.
Well, you know.
I know.
Val, you stopped eating ice cream?
No, he was eating ice cream.
He was eating some ice cream, and
Oh,
Val's giving him a hard time.
Right?
Not last night. It was about a month, 3 weeks ago.
wow.
Paul,
I told him about
Paul
it.
is
I
in the
said, "Don't
house,
you be
ladies and
eating ice
gentlemen.
cream."
Ladies and gentlemen, the Ed McMahon of live shows is here in the house.
I know, right?
Paul Murray.
He's such a sidekick for everybody's stream.
I said, I told you when I left I would return, and I went and got my ship, flew it, came back, and came right here just to keep my word to all my fans and friends.
Okay. So Val, what you got there?
Where?
I heard you open up cans of soda. I don't know.
Diet Coke.
I think Val.
They were for my trip, and
Okay.
so now I'm drinking them because I didn't drink them all. And then I was gonna say, see what I got yesterday? I got a T-shirt and a cup from Rodney Bell. That's why I did the thing yesterday. I know it's like a Yeti cup. It's just like my Yeti. So keep my coffee nice and hot, or my drink very cold. So I thought that was very cool of him.
All right. See, everybody's got merch. With those guys is gonna have to get some kind of merch eventually.
Don't worry, I don't have merch.
Well, Val set up the merch for Canadian Drone Hub, so you just need to talk to your manager, Lawrence.
Yeah,
And put her.
Well,
I
put her
set it up, and
Well,
then
when
I
my
put my
manager
name
got
on
on
it.
today, she was a little incoherent.
Ice cream. He just
She's
tested
waking
it
up now due to the caffeine.
Looking like she was just waking up.
Yeah, before I left, she couldn't
Well,
even
got
find her. She couldn't even find her glasses when I left.
What a freaking amazing view. What a freaking amazing view. What a freaking amazing view.
You weren't here, Paul, but Kurt says he's gonna do
Would you
a song using the
look at the freaking would you look at the freaking dynamic range?
Now you got enough samples to do something with, huh, Kurt?
Oh yeah, I've got several hours of his stuff.
Hey, Kurt, you might want to, Curtis, you might want to submit that to the Olympics for them to use now that they're having breakdancing as an Olympic sport.
No, they're still considering it, Paul. Paul has already had them dedicated and enrolled as breakdancers.
The fact that they announced it is they're going to do it.
I hope. Well, I can't say I hope not, but Japan and China have really big breakdancing contests, and I'm quite sure they would the kings and queens of mass production of anything, they're gonna take over.
Is that where you were last, Lawrence?
Don't start, Herman. I hear your mic starting to break
chicken
up.
dance. Yeah, that's what I heard too. The Funky Chicken is also going to be an Olympic
What a
event.
freaking amazing view.
Is that Val? Are you telling me to do something or what?
I can't. It's not my show.
Dynamic range.
What you about to do, Paul? Bust out the funky chicken?
Well, Val told me to.
Would you look at the freaking dynamic range? What a freaking amazing view. What a freaking
You should do an intro for him.
Yeah.
Oh, I am. I'm gonna do a whole freaking song. We're gonna do it. I'm just kind of I've been going through his audio stuff and pulling out little stuff here and there, and I just fired up my studio and just figured maybe I'll play with it here.
Curtis, I think that you could probably make a whole song out of that, and it might even go to gold, if you were to put it out there.
What a freaking amazing view. Would you look at the frickin' vein? Would you look at would you look
And he's
at the
wide open.
frickin'
He's
vein
wide
when it
open for anything.
rains?
Hey, Curtis, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Somebody came on last night on my stream, and was
It's not my fault. You can't blame me.
was blind, and she said that the new live stream that YouTube's putting out for us to be able to live stream,
Mhm.
you can invite people in
I'll
with.
be right back.
Have you heard that yet? Because I
And what
can't see
what
how
you're
it works.
talking about is YouTube Live didn't used to let you have members on a panel, and she said that it does now. They've updated it.
Did they?
And again, I did not find that.
I don't like those drums. Let me find something better.
Curtis is on a roll here. He's in that magic mode.
Now, we can hear you. Val,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
What a
Yeah,
frickin'
so-
amazing view.
Hey Val.
You guys are
You're-
hearing. You guys are
you're-
hearing the beginning of a hit song.
Yeah. Well, Curtis, the next one I want you to do is go back and look at Val's life and pull some of her
Oh,
stuff
no,
and
no,
put
no,
it
no.
to music.
I'm
Oh
so
yeah,
afraid what would come out of that one. Our shows have been a little bit blue lately.
Well,
a little bit blue.
not so
So they were saying, so this gal came and said that YouTube's now their own streaming thing. You can invite people in. And I have not found that to be, I mean, I just went on it a couple days ago with Roger and we couldn't see anywhere. where
Well,
you
the bottom line for me is the bandwidth. They're still limited. No matter what they're doing, they're going to limit the bandwidth until they can monetize it some way. And maybe they have found a way. And the thing about Google and Facebook and all these humongous companies is they roll stuff out not all at once to everybody. They roll it out and give it to these people and those people, and they kind of let them kind of play with it for a little bit. And then eventually they kind of get it around to everybody. I've got a bunch of Facebook groups, and sometimes my one of my groups will get features that the other ones don't have, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And I'm part of an admin group that's directly connected to Facebook, and I'll message them and saying, "Hey, what's up?" And they're going, "Oh, we're just rolling it out, trying this feature, seeing if people like
I'm
this."
in that same group, Kurt, and
Okay.
it's very hard to get them to respond to certain things. So the fact that they responded to you, you're ahead of most.
I've done a couple things, and the latest one that I'm trying to get initiated in there is well, I'll just tell you straight up. So for me, Facebook is a conversation. It's a conversation, and you're having a conversation. You start a conversation. This is interesting to me. I make a post, and I want to converse with folks about it.
Right.
So if you come into my group and you block me, that means you don't want to have a conversation with me.
Right.
Right.
So why should you be here? Well, my thing is, well, if you know I'm the if Facebook knows I'm the admin, and that person comes into my group and wants to have a conversation with everybody but me, then why are they still here? Why do I have to go through and remove them? If they block me or any moderator, they should be automatically removed from the group.
I agree, but Facebook is so screwed up now. I mean, as soon as you get used to this layout, they're going to come out with something else. It's inevitable.
Well, that's the last thing I got. I told them, and they responded, "That's a good idea." And they give you the there's some options that they give you right now to let you see automatically who is blocking you, and they know that those people need to go. They just need to. I think they just need to implement it right now and say, "Hey, if you block somebody that has started a group, a conversation, and you don't want to have a conversation with that person, then you just don't need to be part of that group." That's
so
all.
I don't understand. So, okay, so I think I don't know enough of this tech stuff. So you're in Facebook and you're in one of you, let's say it's Drones R Us.
Right.
And you run that group.
Right.
And somebody comes in and they say something in that group, but they go and they block you so you can't see it.
Yeah.
So there is a belief in the world that if you block, and in outside of groups, it's true. If somebody blocks, if Herman and I were friends on Facebook and he gets upset with me, he can block me, and anywhere on Facebook, I can't see him unless he's in one of my groups. And then he shows up, his name shows up as a different color first. I think it's black as opposed to a blue color on the title of his name. And in addition to that, if Herman posts something, I don't have the option to comment on what he posts, even as an admin. Now, what is happening is, and I want to be careful how I say this because I don't want to create any issues for you guys when you're live streaming, but there is a certain nationality that wants to post pornography in groups, and then they want to report that pornography as being in the group to get your groups closed and get you removed.
I've had that happen to me during the internet.
Yep.
I've had that happen to me when I was doing internet radio, because my stream was pulling this individual's people from his stream into mine. This is why I don't make everyone an admin. This particular person was an admin, and you were allowed to pull up a window like we have on a panel and show what you want. So this person would lock everybody else's window, and which locks their control, and put up porn. And then immediately he would contact the moderators of this particular streaming service, and I would get penalized and they would shut my stream down, which is exactly what they did. And it's for that reason I don't make everyone an admin anymore, because once bit, twice shy.
Got it. Yeah. No, it's an issue.
Right. So even
also
Zoom is an issue, because in Zoom you can share your screen, right?
Mhm.
You can go and put stuff up on your screen, and the actual person, the host, can't stop that from happening if everyone's up.
You can. There's an option, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kurt, but there's an option.
Yeah, you can shut. You can boot anybody out.
Sharing. You can stop other people from sharing.
Yes, you can set it up in the settings to where only you can share, where nobody else can share. So you don't even have to worry about somebody posting something else.
I don't mind if people share. I don't want them sharing pornography.
Well, Val, you pretty much have some safe folks right here, and the groups and the people and the circles that you run in. You're safe. You're okay.
Yeah.
None of us are going to do that. We might give you, some.
I'll be back.
We'll give you some urban dictionary
water on me.
What happened?
He's getting a shower.
He spilled water on himself.
I know. I think he's getting attacked.
Oh, and he's now not on there, so we can't see.
Yeah, I think he got attacked over there with some water. So did everybody get out and fly today or this week sometime?
I wanted to fly today, but there was I was flying literally 50.
No, you did.
I can barely hear you.
Justin, your volume's real low.
I gotta work on that. I was saying I usually fly at my job on lunchtime, but there was a helicopter apparently looking for someone. It was flying literally 50 feet.
Was it a green military helicopter? Because I was in Valley Streams and I saw a helicopter flying at about 75 to 100 feet above the ground.
It was two of them. The one by my job was all black and it had like red and
wow. I saw a low-flying helicopter over Valley Streams today while I was working, and dude was above the tree line. He was at least 100 feet, 75 to 100 feet, just cruising real slow.
Yeah, and I used to fly at that time, and I was like getting ready to fly. I see a helicopter like 10 feet over our shop, and I'm like, holy crap, what the heck?
Yeah.
As a joke, Lawrence, what you should have done, you should have waved him down to land and then gone over there and says, "Are you the Uber driver service that I called?"
Yeah, right. I ordered an Uber copter an hour ago.
Yeah, you're late.
You're trying to get me tased, Paul.
Oh, ask him, do you have my sandwich? I ordered it a half hour ago.
That's right.
Now, had you been flying in the air, you might have been able to catch them, because you would have definitely been above them.
I view that helicopter.
We got about 10 minutes, guys, left on the show, on the stream.
All right. Well, Val's gonna go live, right?
We never.
Yeah,
still
I'll
have
go on
plenty of-
right
I have-
after
I
you.
got plenty of cigars, so
Oh,
Going live.
Huh?
Val,
No.
you're going live right away. I thought you did the late show.
no, I was gonna go right away. I don't think anyone's on live tonight, right?
Are you going live every day now?
No,
Yeah.
just, I didn't get to go yesterday until like really late, so I could do the mail call. So I'm just gonna make up for time. I just couldn't do it, guys. I wasn't even home. I thought I was gonna get home and I could do one a little bit later, like 7 o'clock my time, but I didn't get home till 9 o'clock my
I
time.
can tell, Val, that the caffeine's kicking in because you've gone from like this to
Yeah,
I'm ready to do a show.
See, look,
I could have had caffeine while I was driving, but if I drink too much caffeine, then I got to stop a lot. And I just really wanted to get home.
You
can I
only
tell
drink
can I tell you
coffee?
guys one other thing real quick?
Yeah.
Before we go off, just a little something that we're kind of working on in the background, and Paul and Val I think know about this. Lawrence, I think you and Herman know about it too. We're working on a concept for the show. So some of you know that Philly Drone Life does these morning flights with the sunrise. And I thought and he has several people that do it. And the way they're doing it right now is one person will fly and then they'll talk about the other guy's channel, who's, one guy's in Philadelphia, one's Boston, wherever they all are. And you kind of have to jump around to their channels. Well, I suggested let's use an RTM feed with Zoom and we could put everything on one channel. So he's talking with his guys right now, seeing if these guys are interested in doing this. And if this takes off, I envision a situation where we could do all across the United States, like the fireworks.
Right.
Paul and I have talked about actually that was Paul's idea of doing that one. But I think that would be just an awesome idea. And then we don't have to just use Philly all the time. There, as we go along, we could bring other people together.
Right.
The benefit is you reach a larger audience. And so much like Roger with the Canadian Drone Hub, you can be exposed to other people that are not normally exposed to your channel. So people can kind of get to know you that way.
Your screen went black. I can still see you, but yeah, go ahead. You're good. You're good. It just glitched out for a second for some strange reason.
Oh, that's weird. So anyway, no, that's our idea that we're kind of working on right now. But I think we're going to be able to pull this off.
Very nice.
There's a couple of issues with audio. Some of the guys have music playing and we can't do that.
Right.
So I've got to figure out how to cut the audio out without, upsetting anybody or anything. And,
well, I can tell you right now, if you want to start here in New York, the furthest part of New York is Suffolk, Long Island.
Mhm.
I know someone there. I live in Queens. Herman is in Brooklyn. So it would slowly be, I see what you're saying, the transition across the United States.
Yep.
Exactly. I think it would be a beautiful thing.
And on one single channel. So in other words, you only have to dial in and pull that channel up, and it would just transition across without having to go, well, now where do I got to go?
That would be phenomenal. That would really take off.
Curtis,
Yes, sir.
Between this topic here that we're talking about and the other one we mentioned about our representation, I'm in on that 100%. Whichever way, if we ever sat down and got together and actually found someone to do that, or when we get this going, I'm in on it 100%.
Yeah.
So Philly is going to talk to the guys that are currently doing this. This Friday, we're going to put together a Zoom meeting, and of course, anybody that's here is more than welcome to join in on this meeting and figure out how to do this. Currently, the way it's going to happen is you're going to do your normal live stream on your channel, and I'm going to pull an RTM feed from that and broadcast it on our channel.
Right.
So there's a good side, and I'm being honest with everybody straight up right from the front. There's a good side and a downside to it. The downside is you could end up losing some views for that show because everybody comes over to Drone Squad TV to watch the thing.
Yep.
The positive side of it
I don't
is
care about that. You get exposure.
that's the positive side. All those folks, for instance, that are flying that tell everybody, hey, go watch us on Drone Squad TV. Now you're being exposed to a larger audience because Herman brings his people in, Val brings his in, Paul brings his people in, I bring my people in. Everybody's watching it at one place, and then suddenly they're like, oh, look at that scene of Boston, or look at that, that's Arizona or wherever we are or whatever,
Right.
Yep.
Suddenly your channel is exposed to a larger audience, much like what Roger's doing, but at the the difference between us and what Roger's doing is we're actually sharing the content.
Yep.
Right.
Segment.
Right.
And the other thing too, Curtis, is to get everybody that's going to be part of that to understand that when they start their broadcast, say that this is being simulcast over here. So if you want to continue the stream, that's where we suggest you go. And if you obviously like it before you go, but you can if everybody promotes it as they do their portion of the stream, it'll catch on.
I'm
Exactly
100% behind that, like Herman.
And the thing that I haven't talked to you, Paul, yet about this, but I've mentioned this to Philly, and he really likes this idea. I said, Paul and I will take care of you guys. We will promote you guys while the show is going on. We would like to host this thing. We will say, this is Philly Drone Life. This is so and so. This is his channel. We would have all the channels listed in the comments, and Paul and I would respectfully talk about what you're doing and all this stuff. So it's going to be a promotion of your channel, but you just happen to be on this one channel together.
Well, I understand that, because once again, I sound like a record, but when I used to do internet radio, that's what I actually started. It was called the Backyard Underground Network, and I was actually able to get other people who had streams to sign on to my channel.
Lawrence, tilt your camera down just 1 inch.
From 5 to 7. What happened?
Just tilt your camera down 1 inch. That's
1 inch. 1 inch.
We're looking at ceiling.
To get rid of the ceiling.
Yeah.
Much better. Much better. You're a handsome man, and I would like to look at you. That's all.
And my wife begs to differ.
See, that's a nice little frame right there.
But that concept.
No, that's I would very much be interested in that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Curtis, we have enough people that see the vision that this is very doable.
Look,
and
in the long run, if you have to see the end product of it, you get exposure. You're getting exposure on another channel that you may have never gotten exposure before.
Exactly.
You're gonna reach people that didn't know about what you were doing, but they're gonna see it.
Now there are some technical issues that I need to, and we'll bring everybody together in Zoom, but I can go ahead and discuss this if we have time, or we can take it over to Val's channel and talk about it there if you'd like. Okay. But one of the technical issues that we're running into is once somebody starts their stream, so, okay, let's say Philly has ended his stream, and now Herman is going to start his stream. We can't necessarily get it up and running instantly. It takes a minute or so. So what we need to do is when Herman starts his stream, he needs to get in the air, talk about whatever, and then like at the 1 minute mark of when he's in the air, he needs to say, oh, by the way, not only am I live streaming here, but we're simulcasting over on Drone Squad TV at this address. Go check out all the live streams.
Right.
All being broadcast on one channel. If he does that in the beginning, we won't catch that.
Right.
And as we do these streams, Paul and I will be talking between them, but once the stream starts, it becomes Philly's show, or it becomes Herman's show, and whatever you guys talk about, Paul and I would back out of this thing.
100%. I like that a lot.
Yeah. So basically, everybody would be working at the same time.
Yeah, it would be like a national broadcast where, like a presidential address.
Like a network. It would literally be a network.
Yes, exactly. And we would simply be moderators in between.
Right.
I got you.
Paul is even excited about this.
And the fact that Zoom will let people share their work, that I could see the interlacing of it. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
As long as you don't get a disgruntled drone pilot and he puts up porn.
Right.
Well, we have the ability to take that down right away. But yeah, the amount of time between, it's a timing thing. There's and Paul and I don't have any problems talking, but there's a possibility of there may be somebody not in the air for 10 or 15 minutes. But we can carry that. That's not a problem. We'll talk about some fun stuff. And just talking about, what we're doing and trying to achieve. We do this once. If we do this once and people see it, I think we will get a long laundry list of folks wanting to do this.
So guys, I'm going to take off right now. Do we want to
get ready, Val?
Go ahead, Val, and get ready.
Guys think?
Over.
Go ahead, whatever costumes you got to get,
Yeah, get your costumes ready.
Okay, guys, we're going to behave ourselves.
Break out the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, go powder your nose now. We'll be there.
Be good. Okay.
Val,
Powder your nose.
Val, we're going to teach you something else tonight on your show.
No, I don't want to learn anything else.
Val's life is going to be educational in
So
the Urban
Curtis-
Dictionary.
Curtis, so yeah, I'm gonna go on, but I'm trying to think.
Oh, she's gotten
Okay,
away down.
I'm gonna try to do it, but I'm not sure. I have it up, so I'll see if it'll let me live stream directly. But I'm assuming I have to put the code in somewhere, right?
Right.
I haven't actually done it yet myself, so I'm not 100% for certain.
Okay,
I just
I'll go give it a try.
Most
Okay.
of the viewers watch all the streams now, but you have some time in between the streams.
Yeah.
And that's where Kurt and or Paul would step in until the next person is ready to go online.
There's another great thing that we can do also that we've kind of discussed a little bit was after you've done your live stream, for instance, let's say Herman finished his or Lawrence, you finished yours, you could come in and also be a commentator.
Sure.
You want to do it the same way they do the parade.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I like that. And if you start on the East Coast, eventually you'd wind up in your state, Kurt.
Exactly. It's going to be, essentially a 4-hour broadcast.
Who's to stop it there? If you can get someone in Hawaii and
now
Midway,
between what's the time frame between California and Hawaii though? I mean, I kind of started thinking about this, kind of working my way through. You could go up through Alaska and kind of cut across there. And then, you start looking at the UK. There's a lot of places in the UK that we could involve, but then we're into overnight hours.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not necessarily a bad thing.
That's actually good for demographics because right now I'm trying to focus on Asia as demographics. I want to get views and hits while I'm sleeping. So that is highly feasible.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get the Hawaiian crowd, then it goes from Hawaii to the Philippines. Okay, and then from the Philippines to Midway Island, eventually you wind up in Asia.
Yep.
And that's how the time zone travels. Anyway.
Hey guys, it's a little after 7.
Okay.
All right, let's jump.
I didn't
You want to
see you.
jump
I'm
over
sorry.
the
How you doing, man? Al Diaz, I didn't see you, man.
All right, everybody, let's all jump over to Val's life and
over to Val's life. And if Val's life doesn't come on, then I would say, Curtis, are you going to jump on then?
Yeah, I can do something.
Well, everybody's going to head over to Val's life.
Yep.
Everyone here in the chat should know the channel.
Yep. Val's life.
Regulars here, and I'd like to thank everybody for coming to the live stream. We never got a break from our sponsor there, Lawrence, but we could do that right now.
Okay.
Okay, everybody ready? Yeah. Wednesday night with those guys are sponsored by
those guys.
Yeah, those guys.
And I'd like to thank everybody for coming in. And I'll see you next time on Phantom Flight 101 with those guys.